Hello again guys and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be watching some more disturbing abandoned building encounters. So this video looks pretty good. It's from Curse Notes, so let's get on with it.
In October of 2022, a YouTuber named Chris Hill, who runs the channel Urbex Hill, uploaded a rather disturbing video documenting his investigation of an abandoned substation. His channel is dedicated to urban exploration, and he frequently uploads footage of his strange and bizarre encounters in various abandoned locations across the United States. In this particular video, Chris decided to explore an abandoned facility known as the Cedar Avenue Substation, located in Cleveland, Ohio. Constructed in 1917, the Cedar Avenue Substation for the Cleveland Railway Company was a historically significant facility in Cleveland. It was the first automatic substation for the company in the city and played a crucial role in the expansion of electric streetcar services, which transformed urban transport in Cleveland. However, as urban transit evolved and newer technologies emerged, the
So is this basically a tram service then, by the looks of it? That's what we call them in the UK, trams. We don't really have they look more open than trams. I don't really know what a substation is. I'm assuming it's an underground station, right?
Cedar Avenue substation was ultimately shut down on June 15, 1948. After being abandoned for over 75 years, the substation has been actively linked to paranormal activity, with numerous reports of ghost sightings and other bizarre occurrences. Despite all of this, Chris chose to investigate the Cedar Avenue substation alone in the middle of the night. As Chris ventured into the building, he found it in a pretty rough state, with deteriorating walls and several decaying animal carcasses lying on the floor. During this time, Chris set up multiple
What are animal carcasses doing in there? If it's a rat, you can kind of understand, but that didn't look like a rat, did it?
Infrared cameras throughout the building to capture anything he might otherwise overlook. As he continued his exploration, he descended into the basement, and that's when he encountered something truly disturbing.
Alright, let's head down. Whoa. It's noticeably colder in here. What the hell? If you stand right here, it's kind of warm. Like normal temperature. But as soon as you go in here, it gets cold. That is creepy as hell. Shit. Whoa, that is weird. That is weird. Like, I'm not joking on it. It's noticeably colder. Shit, this is gonna be creepy. Oh, God. Help me.
My guy's got balls of steel. Just looking down that hallway freaks me out. You know when you're in bed at night and you stare out into the dark hallway, those who sleep with the door open, and you just stare out into that dark hallway and it's just black. You can almost feel like there's something looking back, even though you know there's not. It's just it goes like that. It feels like that.
I keep thinking I hear somebody talking. I wonder what these things are used for. It's like these shells are all connected, it seems like. Damn. Can't tell though. Alright, let's keep going.
As Chris walked downstairs and stepped inside one of the rooms, he immediately noted that the temperature in the room was noticeably colder. When he stepped outside, the temperature returned to normal. This detail is particularly alarming, as ghost hunting expert Sam Ashford explains that cold spots can shift within a building or haunted location. This suggests that a spirit might be moving around, absorbing heat from the environment, and thus creating a cold spot in its path. Disturbingly, when Chris peeked inside the long concrete shelf, you could see a white shadowy figure moving in the back, but he didn't notice this detail at the time and continued with his exploration. However, as Chris went back upstairs, his infrared camera captured something truly unexplainable.
666. Hell's door. That's kind of creepy. Damn. Still gotta go down there too. That was loud. What the hell? What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
That's a bit insane, right? Like, first it was on the right hand side, and you watched it go kind of like into him, and then you seen it kind of like appear from his torchlight on this left hand side. It's either like moving pretty quick or two, maybe.
What the f was that noise? Oh, shit. All of a sudden I feel sick. Come on, don't do this. Oh, fuck. Come on, man. I gotta get out of here.
After Chris heard the loud bang, he stared intently toward the direction of the noise. It was then that a shadowy figure could be seen moving right next to him. When Chris looked back to where the figure was, it had mysteriously vanished, and within seconds, could be seen peeking through a door in a completely different part of the room. Disturbingly, just a few moments after this bizarre encounter, Chris suddenly started to feel extremely sick and began throwing up aggressively for the next few minutes. During this time, the white figure could be seen staring directly at Chris before vanishing once again. However, Chris had no knowledge of any of these details until he got back home and watched back the footage. After Chris uploaded this chilling video, he uploaded another video about a month later where he went back to the same abandoned facility to further investigate what he'd previously witnessed. However, little did Chris know that what he was about to encounter would be far worse than anything he had experienced during his previous visit.
It's probably not a good idea to be back here after what happened last time. I got the same setup, the same IR camera set up, and see if I can catch anything else. So I'm back. Wish me luck.
My guy
Just
looks
gonna
like
follow
Phantom.
the same path as last time.
Still the same building.
It's a weird noise in this room. That's creepy.
As Chris walked downstairs and stepped into the room, you could hear an eerie voice that sounded like someone saying, "You're not supposed to be here," followed by a brief pause before warning Chris to run.
It's a weird noise in this room.
Now, is that thing, like, you know when people say, like, if you put, like, words to, like, white noise, you can make out those words as whispers. There's, like, some psychological thing, I'm sure.
Despite the creepy voice warning Chris to leave, he didn't hear it at the time and continued with his investigation. As Chris made his way upstairs, he began to explore the rooms where he had previously witnessed the white figure, but this time he did not encounter anything unusual. He then walked down into the basement, where he had previously felt the temperature drop, and to his surprise, he experienced the eerie shift in temperature once again. Nevertheless, Chris didn't back down and decided to investigate anyway. However, as he made his way to the end of the room, that's when things began to take a very bizarre turn.
Wow. Yep, it's still really cold in here. Look, you can see my breath now. Look. Like, that's how you know I'm not lying. It's really creepy in here. As I walk, it sounds like people are talking. Bones are still there. It's nasty. What the hell?
Damn, I thought he meant, like, an actual, like, it was just, like, one animal. That's a lot of bones. Anyone else just think that's, like, too many bones just to walk past and be like, yeah, that's just a normal pile of animal bones.
What the hell is that? Something.
Is he going towards it?
Shit. I know y'all heard that. That scared the shit out of me. I do have my gun just in case. It might have been an animal. Holy.
See, this is my point, right? This makes it more believable in a sort of way because, so me and my girlfriend was talking the other day and we were speaking about like, so in America it's different to the UK with their gun laws. So my point was, in America, almost everybody that I assume anyway would legally carry like a weapon. And especially if they go into an abandoned building like this, they would carry a gun like this guy's talking about. And camping videos that we was watching the other day, I was saying that most likely people are camping with a gun. Now, when you watch videos like this and like stuff's going down and they don't reach for their gun, then you know it was fake. Because the first thing that you're going to do, the whole point is that of you carrying that gun, and say, like the video the other day where this guy was camping alone and he didn't reach for his gun. He went out there and he was like, "Oh no," with his camera and ran away, sort of thing. I'm like, no, like you've got a weapon there to protect yourself. Like you're not gonna be, you know, leaving it behind. So this guy mentioning that he has a weapon, when he sees that thing falling, why is he not? Yeah, I guess not the best. There was no one to shoot. He was below and whatever. But you know what I mean. Like people that don't grab their guns, you can tell it's like fake. It's the first thing that you're gonna do.
After hearing the loud crashing noise, Chris, afraid for his life, immediately ran out of the basement. As he rushed back up, he began to investigate what could have caused such a loud noise. During this time, his infrared camera captured a white figure moving through one of the rooms once again. Chris ultimately concluded that the loud crash must have been caused.
Can I just say, I don't mean by like pulling out the gun you have to be shooting people. That's not the point. The point is it's a deterrent. Like that's the whole point of it. It's like you pull it out so it's ready just in case. You're not going to be shooting anyone, but just in case. Like if you're hunting ghosts and it's ghosts, you're not shooting ghosts. But if a junkie's running at you with a needle,
caused by the crate falling directly above him, but he could not determine who or what was responsible for throwing the crate with such force. Consequently, Chris decided to set up another infrared camera and further investigate his surroundings. However, while he was investigating, that's when things took a very dark turn for Chris.
This big ass box just fell on this grate. Maybe it fell from up there. Oh my God, my heart's racing. You know what? I'm gonna put the IR camera up here while I explore. Yeah, those gotta be raccoons. I can hear them up there.
what?
Oh my God.
We're going to run that back. What? There's a sound. Tell me I'm crazy, but there's a sound in that, right? That it's like, you know, when you would pull a lot of like cloth through, not cloth, but like you would pull maybe rope through like a coat to like, does that make sense? So it's like if someone was to pull a lot of like cloth or rope hidden like close by through the coat and it would pull him back. Am I being too skeptical here?
It's evident that Chris was forcefully pushed back to the point of being completely knocked out cold for almost 10 minutes. To make matters even more disturbing, as Chris was lying on the floor, white, shadowy particles appeared out of nowhere and could be seen moving from one specific point before vanishing. When Chris finally got back up, he quickly grabbed his cameras and rushed out of the building. What Chris encountered that night is completely unexplainable and remains a mystery. However, based on everything Chris experienced that night and during his previous visit, the only real explanation that comes to mind is that whatever was inside the building did not want him there. During his initial visit, as the white figure approached Chris,
My guy's a big guy as well. Like, maybe I take it back. That would take a lot of strength to that guy flew like at least 2 meters. That would take a lot to kind of like yank him back like that.
he became extremely sick to the point where he had to leave. This time he was first met with creepy voices warning him to leave, followed by the loud crash of the crate falling above him. Ultimately, when Chris still didn't leave the building, whatever was present inside forcefully knocked him out, which sent him running out of the building. And as of the time this video was uploaded, Chris has not returned to the Cedar Avenue substation in Cleveland.
I'm getting out of here. Alright guys, I don't know what that was. I am not hanging around to find out because that scared the absolute crap out of me. I'm going to get back to the car.
This right here is a YouTuber named Colin, who in October of 2024 uploaded a video titled Exploring an Abandoned Haunted House to his channel The Bearded Explorer. His channel mainly focuses on urban exploration, and he frequently shares footage of him exploring various abandoned locations across the UK. In this particular video, Colin chose to explore an abandoned haunted house situated in the middle of a cemetery. According to Colin, the house once belonged to a classmate of his named Lauren, who lived there with her family. During their time in the house, the family reported hearing strange noises, and Lauren herself admitted to seeing mysterious figures at the foot of her bed. Since then, no one has lived in the house, as it is believed to be haunted. Despite all this, Colin set out to investigate the haunted house alone in the middle of the night. Colin begins the video by walking through the cemetery to reach the haunted house. After locating the house, he squeezes through a small window to enter. As he steps inside, he immediately notices that the house is in poor condition, with deteriorating walls and ceilings, some of which appear as if they could collapse at any moment. Nonetheless, Colin continues his exploration, moving from one room to another. However, just a few minutes into his exploration, while walking through one of the rooms, he suddenly hears the sound of footsteps coming from the upper levels, and that's when things take a turn for the worse for Colin.
Okay, let's go through the hallway. And we've got the main door just there. Okay, let's go in here. There's always a creepy chair. In a room you go in, there's always a creepy chair. Oh, look at the door over there. That's cool. That's really cool. It's like a chapel sort of design door, you know, I mean, like a pointy one. What on earth is that? Oh my God, I've just got the biggest, like the goosebumps have gone all up the back of my legs and all on my arms. That's horrible. What was that? I don't know if you heard that, but that sounded like a tap, tap, tap. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Honestly, the goosebumps in here are horrible. These doors are lovely. Look how thick they are. Oh God, what the f is that?
I just got goosebumps then. Like, those are audibly clear footsteps. So let's see what's going on.
That actually sounded like there was someone upstairs. Hello? Okay, that was horrible. That actually sounded like there was somebody walking around upstairs. This is terrifying now. Let's go and have a look.
And this is my thing, right? So in America, I was talking about how you can have a gun. Like, in the UK, you can't have anything. Like, we can't carry guns, we can't carry knives, we cannot carry, like, pepper spray, we can't carry anything like that. So this geezer's in there with nothing.
Oh, I don't like this. I really don't like this. Hello? This one's empty. See outside, there's a road out there. It's very, very dark out there tonight. It's so creepy here, honestly. It's horrible. Okay, let's that mirror.
Is it daytime?
I don't like that mirror at all. That is horrible.
After Colin heard the sound of footsteps, he immediately called out and went upstairs to investigate. Unfortunately, he did not find anything or anyone who could have caused those footsteps. To make matters even more disturbing, after Colin uploaded this video, his viewers noticed something he had overlooked during his exploration. Many comments from his viewers pointed out that when Colin initially walked into the main hallway, the blue gloves were on top of the cardboard box. But just moments later, as Colin stepped out of the living room, the blue gloves were lying on the floor right next to the box. Disturbingly, when Colin heard the footsteps and was walking up the stairs to investigate, a tennis ball was clearly visible on the edge of the staircase. However, when he entered one of the rooms and came back out, the tennis ball had mysteriously shifted several feet away from its original position. Colin was completely unaware of any of this and was still attempting to find the source of the footsteps.
Bro, you can see the two balls. What are you on about?
However, as he went back down to investigate further, that's when he stumbled upon something truly disturbing.
Honestly, guys, I'm going to try and get my arm out. The goosebumps, can't see. The goosebumps on my arms and my legs at the moment is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh, we've got another room down here, haven't we? Hello? God, I hate it. You think you can hear something. Oh no, there's a ladder. But that's too low to go in there. There's another loft space there. Oh, I can't go out there. You can see the old flint wall up there. Look, that's really cool. Wow. Okay, well, I think this is the last room. I think this is like a cupboard or something. Oh, that's the bathroom.
Nah.
Oh, fuck.
No.
After Colin went downstairs and opened the bathroom door, someone or something hiding behind the shower curtains forcefully pushed the curtain aside. Colin, afraid for his life, immediately rushed out of the house and returned to his car. It remains unclear who or what was hiding behind those curtains, as well as how the gloves and tennis ball mysteriously moved from their original positions. It's difficult to determine whether Colin's encounter was paranormal or if a squatter or homeless individual was hiding inside the house all along. However, since Colin left the
probably
haunted house
homeless,
before he could
right?
discover the truth behind any of
Someone
his
just
bizarre encounters,
hiding,
this
like...
mystery might remain unsolved.
Well, guys, that was like 2, shall we call it 2.5, because it was like a guy went back again. Pretty good videos, like they're the most freaky ones I've seen in a while. Go and give this Curse Notes a follow and drop a subscribe. So much love, peace out, and catch you next time. Bye.